When I watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for the first time, it easily became one of my favorite films. Not only is it done with excellence, I mean, just look at this incredible mix of animation styles. But there's so much in this movie to talk about. I've seen this movie 4 times so far, and I've noted the following topics, all worthy of their own retrospective: love, faith, family, death, the law, and trust. Although I'd love to discuss what the film has to say about each of these, I'll be focusing on community for this episode of Retrospective. As always, I'm going to assume you've already seen the film. It's currently available to buy or rent on YouTube, Amazon Video, iTunes, and Google Play Movies, etc. Alright, let's jump into it. When I say that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is full of community, I need to define my terms. When I use the word community, I'm referring to a specific form of fellowship, companionship, that is, close, committed friendship. A community is a group of people with a deep friendship, such that all members grow and share life together. There's a high respect and regard for one another, a love for one another, and all seek to live in unity. That is, they share interests, ideals, and experiences together over time. Everyone contributes something unique to the group, and it's meant to be a safe place where people can share struggles and successes in their lives. People in a community have fun together and challenge one another to live better lives. It's one of the best ways to have relationships with others. In this retrospective, I'm arguing that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse supports the thesis that community is good for the soul, and that it pushes you toward growth. So what am I referring to when I say that there's community in this film? Take C.S. Lewis' quote about friendship as a starting point. Friendship starts when someone says, "I thought I was the only one. You're like me."
I thought I was the only one. You're like me.
Each character's individual isolation is challenged as they meet one another. Those that feel like they don't belong are surprised and delighted to find others that share the same feeling. Take Peter B. Parker.
I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for the last 22 years, I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man.
One of the best demonstrations of this point is this moment.
You're like me.
To put it elegantly, this is where the seeds of deep community take root and begin to bloom. We see that each character brings something unique to the group, and that each is necessary to the strength of the community as a whole. We also see that the community is necessary to the strength of each individual.
Not so easy doing it on your own, isn't it?
Without this structure of support, each character wallows in their own issues and struggles through their life in some way. To explain this, let's take some of the main characters and trace their growth throughout the film. They all grow positively because of the influence of community on their lives. Miles starts this story with a great community already around him. As things suddenly change, however, he loses this support and finds himself in an awkward, isolating situation. This gets worse as he's suddenly saddled with the responsibility to protect the entire city. As things currently stand, he must rise to face the odds under immense pressure, alone. Fortunately, he's not alone, and begins to learn and grow within a small 2-person community. Rather than tackling this massive responsibility alone, he has someone to support him, even if Peter isn't the best mentor. As time goes on, Peter teaches Miles how to swing, and helps him on his mission, even if begrudgingly. It's much better to handle the difficulty of life with someone else, even just one person. Later, once the full community is formed, Miles takes it upon himself to put things back into order.
I'm gonna get you all home.
He helps others in the group, a classic mark of community, and continues to grow as a character with their influence. His friendships continue to deepen as he shares more and more of his life with them.
I think this is a cape.
When he discovers that his uncle Aaron is the Prowler, he immediately goes to the group for help. With support in his life, he now has somewhere to turn when things get rough. We also see the group come to comfort him later in the film, providing what he needs at the right time, and once again relating to his difficulties. Later in this same scene, the group pushes him to be his best, challenging his ideas of who he is. Remember, friendship starts when someone says,
Miles, we're probably the only ones who do understand.
This is a tough scene, but it's necessary for Miles' growth. And finally, by the end of the film, we see that due to the influence of Community, Miles has grown a lot. Evidently, this has been good for Miles' soul and has pushed him to grow. When we first meet Peter B. Parker, he's sort of washed up, out of shape, and generally unhappy with his life's trajectory. Take his relationship with his wife, which follows him throughout the film. It's a result of his viewpoint on children.
This is why I never had kids.
Generally, Peter's in a bad place. Upon meeting Miles, however, he starts to receive support, which he desperately needs. His soul is warmed by an unexpected encounter with Community.
I can't sit there and just let Spider-Man die without doing anything about it. I'm not doing that again.
Stumbling into this, Peter begins to contribute his unique gifts to the betterment of the group. He's challenged by others to rethink harmful thoughts.
What about MJ?
And before returning to his own dimension, Peter is reminded that he can fix his divorce. Having built a strong connection with Miles and others, Peter is free to take a leap of faith. By the end of the film, we see how much his outlook and life trajectory has been altered, all due to a chance encounter with Community.
I love you. I'm so proud of you. Are all kids?
Gwen is one of the most direct examples supporting my thesis. Before she meets this group, her past hasn't gone so smoothly. She's even sworn off friendship as a whole.
And I don't do friends anymore.
Joining this community, though, her life has changed for the better, as she finds a safe group of people who support her. Sharing both good and bad experiences with everyone throughout the film, she builds great relationships that stretch her character. We see this growth well demonstrated in this scene.
Do I get to like the hairdo now?
You know I'm older than you. 15 months, but it's pretty significant if you ask me.
Well, Einstein said time was relative, right?
Nice.
Friends?
Friends.
Cool.
See you around, Spider-Man.
Thus, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse supports the thesis that community is good for the soul, and that it pushes you toward growth. And not just that, community is a consistent form of support that continues past the end credits. Because, after all,
when I feel alone, like no one understands what I'm going through, I remember my friends who get it.
Thanks for watching this episode of Retrospective. I hope you check out some other videos, and as always, I would love to hear your thoughts. I want us to have great conversations about stories and be able to think deeply about the films we watch. So if this made you think, why don't you chat with someone about it? See ya in the next go-around.